In every Pokemon region, legends whisper through tall grass. Legends about mysterious Pokemon whose power can drastically shape the world around us. But among all these legendary creatures, only one stands above the rest. Or does it? The truth about these legends aren't found in battles or base stats, because if it was, we'd throw this whole video out of the window and say Incineroar is the strongest Pokemon in the world. But it's actually within the hidden stories told in the lore about these Pokemon, the ancient myths, movies, and Pokédex entries. So of course, today we will be diving into the lore of Pokemon to uncover what makes these legendary beings so powerful. Each legendary has a story or a secret power that could tip your understanding about the balance of the Pokemon world. So the question is, who really holds the crown for the most powerful? Well, make sure to watch to the end to find out as I rank these legendary creatures from weakest to strongest in Pokemon canon. I am Ebonic, I hope you enjoy, but let's have a look at the absolute weakest Pokemon, the bottom of the barrel legendary that will have you sighing in disappointment when seeing this thing. And I mean, who could have guessed? It's Cosmog. Or, well, it's kind of hard to say what the weakest is since it's kind of a tie with Kubfu, Base Terapagos, and Cosmog, but I feel like Cosmog can be stronger as under extreme stress can just open ultra wormholes. I don't see a Kubfu doing that, but at the same time, I don't really see Cosmog doing anything else than that, since one, it's only when it's under extreme stress, and also I don't see a battle use case for that, unless you send like the interdimensional goons on someone. You tell me. By the way, I've kind of put these Pokemon into specific tiers based on their ability, and these four Pokemon here, yeah, they're bum tier. When I say bum tier, I don't mean like Rattata levels of power, but for the rest of the absolute Giga Chads in this list, they're bottom of the barrel. Just having no power really, and also being not very powerful either, like type no. But pretty much, the Pokemon in their respective tiers have around the same-ish power level or around the same impact to the world. But yeah, out of all of these bums though, type no is probably the only thing doing something. But what isn't in bum tier is the subscribe button. So you know guys, if you enjoy this if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Even comment to tell me what you think is the strongest or weakest. But let's move on to our 100th spot, which is Fezandipiti, followed by the rest of these DLC goobers. Although looking the best out of these, it is just a little piece of shit, to be honest. All of these whole purpose is just to cause havoc, but causing havoc like a wild animal would be, but still able to cause some serious damage. Although they don't have cosmic, elemental, or reality breaking feats, they're pretty much just legendaries by status, not by ability to threaten entire regions. I actually think in game they don't even have legendary stats. What? They do just about get out of the bum tier and into the no special power but strong tier, which is self-explanatory. They have no special powers but are still strong, which has some cheeky guys like Glastria, Cosmoem, the legendary Burst, Regis. These guys are obviously strong as balls, stronger than regular Pokemon, but that's really just what they are lore-wise, just stronger and rarer Pokemon. And with a tied 77th, we have the three normal Regis. Like Heatran has the power of a volcano, but the Regis just get over it with their elemental strength. But of course, followed in 76 is Regidrago and Regieleki. Since Regieleki can actually power all of the Galar region, and Regidrago has the power of every single dragon type Pokemon in its base form. I don't know if that's true, because I don't know about that one, I don't know. But thinking about it actually, let me move Regieleki back down to no special power, and we can move Regidrago up a bit. Dragon Energy is very, very powerful, and ooh, who is this? Yep, Koraidon and Miraidon are here in the kind of powerful tier, as they're literally just Paradox Cyclers are. The same as the other Paradox mons, they're just very strong Pokemon. I could obviously bring it down, same with Miraidon, but a future version with new powers is obviously gonna be a bit higher than just a prehistoric lizard. But yeah, we also got Latios, Latias, the Tapus, and the Tapus, despite being pretty powerful, if they were that powerful, they wouldn't really need to be four of them. And almost halfway through in the 56th spot is Mid-Terapagos. Not in its full form just yet, but is the whole source of the terrestrial phenomenon. But yeah, in this section, these Pokemon here are just mid-power Pokemon. But these Pokemon here are the big dogs, the heavy hitters, the large guys. And oh, there we go, in 55th we have the next Terapagos form. There's a pretty big gap between them. It's pretty much just the regular Terapagos, but better. Just terrestrialized, bro. Brutal. But the big dogs category are legendaries that are very, very powerful, able to do massive amounts of destruction. And you might be wondering why the Lake Trio are here, as you may think that these guys don't really have any power, but they are said to have created the Triforce and were literally made to balance Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. And you need a great level of power to balance straight up gods. Think of it like a country scaling in terms of destruction power. But in the top of the big dogs tier and in 31st place, we got the actual dogs. Zacian, and Zamazenta, which I guess could be up for debate. I understand that, so feel free to say whatever in the comment section. But if you start asking me to dig in but these two together were able to take down Eternatus, so yo. And just making out of the big dogs tier and into tied 29th are the Kyurem forms, because it's the strongest form of Kyurem that we have in game. I mean, there is the original dragon, that's kind of a grey area since we haven't actually seen it. But now, we have the Earth Altering tier, which pretty much means that these Pokemon have the ability to alter or possibly even destroy the Earth, or protect it with the strength and power that it possesses. But actually, before researching all of this, I never realized how much of a menace Mewtwo was. Initially, I thought Mewtwo would just be an exceptional power, but no. If you look at any sort of lore-based media about this guy, he acts like a flipping nuclear bomb. But even so, you will see this and you think he's one of the strongest. He's only in 23rd place in his Mega form, keep in mind. But anyways, enough glaze about Mewtwo. The Earth Altering tier, if you have played Pokemon games and are about my age, you would know who these chunky guys are. They're absolute classics. Yveltal, Xerneas, Kyogre, Groudon, Regigigas, and a bit of a niche one, Zygarde, which makes sense. Specifically the 100% form, which makes sense. Yveltal and Xerneas have life and death energy, the Weather Trio have their respective elements, and Zygarde is here to balance out the danger in the world. So of course he's at Earth level. I don't know why he was just on vacation in Alola doing nothing when the Ultra Beasts were coming through though. Other than that, it rightfully gets him the 13th spot. But now we have 2 tiers left, with not a lot of Pokemon actually in them compared to the last, which I guess is good. You don't really want something this strong to be pretty common. Why does he get a Mewtwo? But in the Universal Strength tier, we only have 5 Pokemon. So for the rest here, we can actually name some individuals here. Number 12. Number 12 is the Eternatus. Base form, just a regular ass Eternatus. But even at base form, this guy has cosmic power, able to warp space and time apparently. Now the thing is though, at least in his Eternamax form, there are even theories that it could be stronger than Arceus. What are they feeding this guy? And at number 11 we have Necrozma. Just base once again. The strongest Ultra Beast that has literally consumed alternate universes. This guy definitely deserves this spot. Same with Tide 9 of the Necrozma fusion. It's just a stronger version with the Solgaleo's power infused into it. And number 8 is Eternamax. But I just went over him. His Eternamax form is just absolutely dumbfounded. Where did this guy even come from? Like, I'm reading here that it says his body breaks the laws of physics because it has infinite energy. Okay, wait, hold up. Let me shuffle this a bit. Godlike tier. Now this... I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's like, bro, you got the power of gods. The new number 8 now is Ultra Necrozma. This is pretty much the definition of a multiversal being. At this point, it's got power to take over every single dimension, yet still gets taken down by a 10-year-old. But seriously, it even shows in game how powerful this guy is. The battle with just one Pokemon, by the way, can wipe out your entire team. As a matter of fact, I'm happy I stopped doing Ultrasonic Stream, because fighting a harder version of that guy would be absolutely deadly. But yeah. Tied in 6, 7 is Dialga and Palkia. I mean, the ability to literally control time and space makes any opponent just crumble to dust, including their origin forms in tied 4th. But are you guys ready? The top 3 most powerful legendary Pokemon, the top 3 heavy hitters. I remember, none of them are Arceus. Number 3. Eternatus. You mean? It could be a tie between Palkia and Dialga actually, but the only reason Dialga and Palkia would really tie is because of their space and time warping ability. But raw strength, bro, Eternatus might even just be number 1 actually, as a matter of fact. But now the number 2, the second strongest legendary is... who could have guessed? It's Giratina. Giratina literally can exist outside of space and time entirely, so obviously it's gonna be super strong. I mean, Arceus literally banished it to the Distortion world because of how destructive this guy was. But in the Distortion world, his power is at its maximum. Think of it like a prison, but damn, they got big, man. But are you ready, guys? Once again, number 1 is... its origin, Giratina. I mean, yeah, it's literally just a stronger version of Giratina. And actually, the reason Arceus isn't the strongest legendary canonically is because Arceus isn't a legendary. Bye!